bless you. I'm relaxed to share my testimony today, and for the glory of the Lord that I will share it. I'm not really good with cameras and photos, and you know. But how I come to get saved.
What's your name?
Billy Smith.
What church you go to?
Calder Crooks. Since Scotland. I was a man brought up in the world. My dad taught us the right way what to do, but being the man I was, I wanted to do my own things in life. I was a gambler for 14 years. I would drink because of the gambling and things like that. I wasn't a very good husband, a good father to my children, and I was an addicted gambler, and I always wanted to get out of gambling. And I'd come back home to my wife, come back home to my dad, and I'd cry, and I'd say, I don't want to do this no more. And I'd stop for a while. For a month or two I'd stop, and then afterwards I'd go back because I had an addiction. And one day I was in Cornwall one day, and I got a knock on the door and I had to leave. And I went to Scotland. I pulled up with some other Christian boys, and I pulled on a mission at Ayrshire. And I'll never ever forget it. I went to lots of missions, lots of conventions, and I always know God was the right way to go, but I just didn't want to give over because I thought the money, the devil, he had me bound. I was 14 years a gambler. I was on the mission. I was still gambling on the mission.
Yeah, what kind of gambling?
I was a roulette. I played the roulette, the bookies. Yeah. I played from the bookies that open now in England from 8 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. And it was an addiction, and I needed to feed my addiction. I'd do anything for the sort of money that I needed to do these addiction things with. And the devil will supply you and give you what you want, where you want it, if you want to go after him and the money. And it wasn't the money; it was the thrill of the gambling, why I done it for. And for a long time, I just sort of went downhill. But I went up with some brothers, and I thank God that God knowed all the plans for me. I went to that mission and I got saved. But before that day, I could see my wife praying aside of me. But my wife was a Christian for a while, but I used to hold her back, and she couldn't get the church over me, so I probably held her back. And I could see my wife one day in the meeting, and I'll never ever forget it. And she was praying and crying aside me, and all of a sudden I could feel myself walking down. And I said to the man, I want to go to heaven, and he smiled at me. And that was on the 29th of May 2014. And within that second, he took the gambling addiction from me. It was gone. He took the drinking from me. It was gone.
And you haven't done anything since?
I've never gambled and never drunk since. I've made millions and millions of mistakes, and I've fallen sometimes, but I've always got back up, and I know always God have been there for me. I had an enemy for 8 years. And no, gypsy people, we have enemies. It's a rotten seed. We go and train, even though I can't fight. We go and train and do these things. And you know, within a couple of months of me being saved, I seen this man again. And you know what he done? He put his hands around me, and he said, "I'm a brother as well. I'm a Christian."
Praise the Lord.
Because of that, I thank God that I've seen my brothers and sisters, my mum and dad. There's a bit of weight coming through to them as well. I've got other brothers, and I have a good fellowship. I have good brothers and sisters back home, and only God could do that there. I was the sort of person who would just keep myself to myself. I never told a man I loved him in his life. But because of my Lord Jesus, I can go to a man and put my hands around him and say, I love you. He's in the Lord. And he softened me. And I was going to say to anybody who don't know Jesus, just give him a chance. Open up your life. Well, I thought I had the right way of life, doing what I'm doing, going doing drinking, but it isn't no life. Without knowing Jesus, it ain't no life. And I'd just like to say to you, God bless you all. God bless you.
This is the promise. This is the promise that I've made to you.